We spent a lot of time this morning from Jerry Ryan onwards talking about the students and the training and the jobs of the future, but we haven't heard much from the students. So it's about time that we did. First up, the teacher of the Bachelor of Engineering Technology degree program at Chisholm, Dr. Tharshan Vaithianathan, is in charge of the engineering program here at Chisholm. And good morning to you.
Good morning, John.
Thank you very much for letting us come and play in your sandpit.
Thank you for having us.
And what an exciting and upbeat sort of a place it is. It's the exact opposite of what so many of us would expect.
Yes, it is been organised quite very well, isn't it?
But the optimism people have, the jobs, the students that you're looking at and that you're working with, it's the other side of the coin, the story we never hear. I don't quite understand the disconnect.
Yeah, there's a lot of disconnect where people have a bad impression that, there's not much manufacturing and it's all going downhill. But, we're dealing a lot with a lot of companies down here. As you know, we have a lot of manufacturing companies in the southeast of Melbourne. There's over 6,000 companies here, and it actually looks at about 7.2 manufacturing of the business area in Australia. So there are lots of companies, and what we tend to do is we tend to interact with these companies as part of our course and deal with them, where we have students who actually go and work with these companies. So, and we're finding that there's a lot of positive things. So it's quite a different perspective of what you hear on the outside, I suppose.
We'll talk to some students in a moment, but where do the students overall, where do they come from? What sort of a background do they come from?
We have a lot of students who are from various backgrounds. We have students from Afghanistan, Iran. It's an international cohort, as well as local students. So it's a wide variety of students that we get.
Do they come straight in from secondary education?
Some of them come from secondary education. Some of them come from a working background as well. So once they come in, they can apply for RPLs, which is recognition of prior learning. Some of them do it part-time, some of them do it full-time. So it varies quite, we have quite a range of students. But most of them would be from the secondary, and they come in and then they do the course, which is a 3-year degree course.
And then the big challenge will be those who are looking to transition after the automotive industry starts to wind down, because Dandenong, Doveton, massive manufacturing base.
That's right. We've got a lot of companies who are interested in having these students, and as part of the course, we actually employ them for 8 weeks in a company, and also they are given projects. And what we're trying to do now at the moment is try and engage these companies, various companies, as part of the subjects as well, so that they get assignments as part of the companies which they give them. So that sort of interacts, and where we interact with all these companies makes it a lot more, I think, fruitful for the students, where they're involved in real life projects. And that makes it a lot more easier for them to enjoy the course as well. Well,
Tharshan, let's put it to the test. David Williamson is doing the Bachelor of Engineering Technology. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you?
What brought you out here? Why did you choose to come here?
I've always enjoyed solving problems as such. Engineering has always interested me in some way, shape or form. Dandenong gives you a good hands-on, not so much the books, but just that very good experience with the robotics, EDMs, all that sort of processing.
EDMs?
EDMs, electrical discharge machines. It's using a small wire to cut metal.
Okay.
You don't actually wear the tool out as such.
Right.
You use an electrical current to, basically cut metal in any shape, very small times. I think it's fantastic.
Okay, instead of using a blade.
Yeah, instead of using
kind.
a lathe or milling machine.
Okay.
It's called non-traditional methods as such.
Now, did you come from school?
I did, yes. I spent a 2-year gap year and then decided to get back into studying and had a look around, and this is what suited me.
And what do you think your future is likely to be?
Hopefully to get my foot in the door, start off with, and then hopefully get into manufacturing. Dandenong, as we've been talking about during the show, is a lot of potential. I hope to get in there and see where I end up.
Did you originally think, the automotive industry is a major employer? Was that part of your story?
Not so much the automotive industry, but more manufacturing. I know that Jayco's been building for a long time, and some companies like Hilton as well.
And Bombardier we heard today.
Yeah, and Bombardier as well.
Trains and buses.
So not necessarily automotive as well. Want to get my foot in the door, and we'll see, even Australia-wide, see what the rest of the world's like as well.
Have spanner will travel.
Yeah, exactly right, wherever the work is as such.
Okay, I'll come back to you in a moment, David. Now, Vikesh Sukudo is doing the Bachelor of Engineering Technology, and I don't even know what this is, Vikesh. It says mechatronics. What's mechatronics?
There's been a change, unfortunately, and that we should have updated it.
Oh,
But
okay, so you're not Vikesh?
No, he's
I'm not Vikesh.
Well,
no.
that's pretty good. Who are you?
I'm Sylvester Pereira.
Hello, Sylvester.
How are you?
That would have been good if I'd been told. Tell us,
it's
Sylvester, what are you doing?
I'm doing the same as David does.
Right.
I'm not doing mechatronics.
Can you tell me what mechatronics is?
Mechatronics? Interesting question. It's a combination of mechanical, the first word, mech, and electronics.
Okay.
Put together, you get mechatronics. That's how it goes.
Beautifully explained.
So that will be mostly about robotics and such, but I'm doing manufacturing and mechanical, just like David does. Any other questions?
Did you come straight from school?
Yes, but I did spend a bit more time doing advanced diplomas elsewhere. So before I came to Chisholm, I was at Swinburne and Box Hill. So I did my background there. I did mechanical as well as civil. And then I thought of why not become an engineer, so I actually do a bachelor's. So I thought, why not Chisholm? Chose that. Now I'm here speaking to you.
Okay, and I hope this is a highlight, but I suspect it isn't. When you look then at your options, you think, I mean, you're the guys, there are people around us in suits, you're the future suits.
Yeah.
So how far ahead do you look in your careers? Because one of the issues for the trainers is the jobs of the future haven't even been invented yet, so how do you train people for jobs that you don't even know what they are?
The best Chisholm has done so far is they've always kept up to date with all the new technologies and techniques. So
Totally
the robotics lab is quite advanced. They use ABB, and it's a robotics company.
ABB,
Massive,
it's a brand of robotics.
Yeah.
Okay.
International robotics company, that is.
Yeah. Tharshan's looking proudly on, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They've always kept up to date, regularly teaching the students, not just the students, but lecturers as well, constantly updating all the techniques and all that sort of stuff. As I said before, non-traditional techniques as well. They've always kept up to date and getting in the right people with not just the degree as such, but also the hands-on experience. So 5 or 10 years that you will also, they'll come in and give us a very good experience.
Okay, do you feel, Sylvester, that you're at the cutting edge? Do you get that kind of buzz that people at the cutting edge always have?
I reckon I do, yeah. Definitely. Because with the facilities over here at Chisholm, I've never seen them before. Like the robotics, the ABB, I've never seen them working. And they have 4 fully functional robotic arms. That's one of the one of the subjects that we have to do, industrial automation.
Yep.
So that's where we have to program a certain robotic to do certain tasks and such. That's a good thing. Software as well. We got PLCs and the software.
PLCs?
Programmable logical controls.
I'm sorry about the acronyms,
So it's
but there's so
basically-
many.
You guys speak a whole alphabet soup of codes that no one else can understand.
We have to. Like it's something.
And that's what you're learning. That's
Yeah,
the whole
that's
thing.
all the technical information.
Look, it's fantastic. Sylvester, David, thank you both very much. So, Tharshan, how do you keep up? Because I presume if you're at the point now of being in charge, you were taught and educated in a completely different environment.
Yes, I suppose because I come from a straight engineering background, being an engineering technologist is a little bit different, and where they're taught more about the application of things. And as the students have just mentioned, we've got some fantastic equipment. We've got equipment which is worth over $1 million, where we can actually show them how in a production line, production actually takes place. So they are actually given hands-on experience in the laboratory.
But you've got to keep ahead of the students by more than 10 minutes.
True, that's true, but that's what we enjoy and that's what we're paid to do, I suppose.
That's what keeps you going. RMIT showed me through their high-tech engineering facilities recently, and they've got all sorts of 3D scanners and 3D printers and incredibly high technology stuff, and they're working on creating artificial limbs and hips and teeth and car parts and seals and impellers for pumps and all sorts of extraordinary stuff. Do you do that too?
Yes, we have some of the mechatronic side of things which we actually are very proud of, and the robotic side, as the students have mentioned already. So, we've got an open day on Friday from 12 to 5 p.m. So I'd love to have you over and show you our labs as well, and you'd be impressed at what we've got.
Well, I think it's a really easy thing to say, but it's a story that's not being told, basically. And I wonder, as we were saying earlier on, and we'll workshop this a bit between now and the news, which is only 11 minutes away, I think it's partly because we've been so distracted by the dazzling bright lights of the automotive industry for so long. Now we're looking beyond it and wondering, okay, well, it's time for other things to shine. And boy, once you look, scratch the surface, there's a whole lot there.
That's right.
Very exciting. Thank you very much for letting us in.
Thank you for having us.
Dr. Tharshan Vaithianathan
Very good.
from Chisholm Institute. He's the boss of the engineering technologist's degree, and Sylvester Pereira and David Williamson have been telling us of their aspirations. Hey, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Whatever it is, good luck.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, sir.
Who knows what shape it's going to
Thank
look
you.
like. 10 minutes to 11 on 774 ABC Melbourne. Jon Faine with you through till 12. And after 11 o'clock on the Conversation Hour today, you will meet a number of representatives of the incredibly diverse community.